name's Dan Jackson. I'm the author of The Northumbrians, the northeast of England and its people, a new history. And I've been asked by the Discovery Museum in Newcastle to choose a few of my favourite items from their collection. Today I'm looking at a printing press from 1750, and I've chosen it to illustrate a little known fact that in the 18th century, Newcastle was the fourth biggest centre of printing and publishing in the country, after London, Oxford and Cambridge. I think this speaks to the extraordinary dynamism of the local economy and the wealth of the coal trade, which depended upon a literate and well-informed population to undertake all the complicated geological, engineering and shipping tasks that were needed to extract the coal from under their feet and sail it round the world. Not to mention all the legal and financial services this required. This generated a huge demand for printed material, so that, although some small provincial towns might have one or two newspapers and periodicals, Newcastle in this period had 10. But then it's arguable, I think, that the Northumbrian population by the 18th century was probably the most literate in England, partly as a consequence of the region's proximity to Scotland and the influence of Scottish systems of education, but also of the native traditions of learning that probably began with Cuthbert and Bede and generated what I call a Northumbrian Enlightenment in the 18th and 19th centuries, and which gave the world a string of inventions, from the locomotive to the light bulb. This is a printing press from a bookshop that once stood on the old Tyne Bridge itself, an ancient medieval structure cluttered with shops and chapels and houses that was swept away in a flood in 1771. Interestingly enough, it's said that the first book to ever come out of Newcastle was published by the King's printer, Robert Barker, on the Tyne Bridge itself in 1650, an account of how the Civil War was being prosecuted by the King. And this would pave the way for a boom in publishing that links Tyneside-based authors as diverse as Jean-Paul Marat, who published The Chains of Slavery in Exile in Newcastle in the 1770s, to the author of the most borrowed library books of the 20th century, a native of Jarrow, Catherine Cookson.